I started doing more crowd work, and so many comedians have been too stuck up to do crowd work. They've been critical of crowd work. Um, uh, all right, I'm going to give a sidebar about crowd work.
Yeah.
I was talking to, and I'm not going to name the comedian, but I was talking to this comedian that we'll say that they're on a big TV show.
Is this in New York or LA?
This was in New York.
New York.
And
Okay.
so I'm talking to this comedian, and this comedian was like trying to give me shit about being like a crowd work clip comedian, you know?
Oh wow.
And this comic goes, yeah, well, you know, it's like those comedians who do crowd work. Oh, sorry, Pete, you do crowd work. Sorry, I just think it's shitty. And I pulled up my Instagram and I go, do you see this number? I go, 10 million people watch my crowd work clips every single month.
Wow.
And I go, about 1.5 million people watch the shitty TV show that you're sort of on.
Oh man.
Because this person's not really on that TV show. Like it's just like a little tiny spot part. And everybody at the table, we were at the cellar table. Everybody at the table like went, oh, you know, because it was like I'm almost like embarrassed saying that I was that mean to somebody, but like it was uncharacteristically mean. But it also it really encompassed exactly how I feel about that. Like I don't feel like anybody in comedy should ever be like too good to do anything in comedy. You know, like like you go to open mics and you'll see that asshole open micer that's like, oh my God, like you just did a joke and then you did an act out. And I'm like, well, what if the act out is really funny? What if it helps? What if the crowd, what if it helps somebody in the crowd, like really take that humor and identify with something inside of them and it made them feel good? You know, like are you still too good for an act out? You know?
Yeah, I've heard you say that you want to make sure people feel your jokes.
Yeah.
How do you make sure there's an emotional connection with the audience?
I actually, I do it in the setup of the joke. Like that's, cause like one of the ways to get people to like instantly connect with a bit is to be vulgar. Like that's why a lot of the vulgarity in a joke isn't even in a punchline. It's in the setup of it, because vulgarity makes you it makes your senses snap too. And it makes you, it just like, I don't know, there's something about it that makes you go, and then like when you're emotional about something, you connect with it. Well, I've like really studied that, and I try to never bring up a topic unless I can like make it emotional, you know, because why in the hell am I talking about it if it's not emotional? You know, like even like the silliest thing, like I have the bit about motion sensor sinks, and like it's like really about getting into I hate conflict, and I'm getting into a fight with an inanimate object and I'm losing. And like, so that's what the whole bit is about. It's not even about the punchlines within it. It's about the fact that I'm like, I hate conflict, I hate arguing, and now I'm losing an argument while I'm by myself with this thing, you know?
Interesting.
And I think that's what, like, even though people are identifying with the motion sensor sync and how frustrating those things are, which that's an emotion within itself, they're really identifying with like, God, I hate getting into fights and I hate losing a fight, especially like when I shouldn't even be in one, you know?
Oh, interesting.
And one of my best friends, Joe, we have this motto that we say, no drama during fun time. Like if we're out drinking or if we're out partying or whatever, if somebody in the group has drama, we're like, nope, like don't give me drama during my fun time, you know? And like, when I thought of the motion sensor sinks thing, I actually was like a little hammered because, you know, I get hammered a lot. And I remember thinking like, fucking no drama during my fun time, you know? And so like, that was the core of the emotion of the whole thing.